start. Alright, so I did my senior project on how sports can foster a team's physical, social, and emotional well-being. So, being a team can be very confusing for individuals, am I right? So being a team, we can be very confusing individuals by puberty and also development of our frontal cortex. So that leaves us with our sporadic emotions of why am I so sad, or why am I so love-struck for him or her. To add to that, over 31% of American teens are considered to be overweight or obese. And in 2011, 1 in 13 arrests were for murder, and 1 in 5 arrests were for robbery, burglary, and larceny theft. Well, now you may think, Drew, how on earth can sports save a kid from themselves? Really, it's quite simple. Sports teach you discipline, leadership, communication, time management, and respect. So, as I was touring colleges this summer, like many others, I toured Springfield campus. Beautiful campus, by the way. Springfield campus has an inverted triangle that emphasizes spirit, mind, and body. What Springfield College believes in is that one's emotional, intellectual, and physical lives are interconnected to one another, and also very similar to YMCA. So what Springfield College believes in, just like an old saying, to a healthy body, a healthy mind. So meaning, like, if one person doesn't do anything to stay healthy, a person's mind will look at itself and realize it doesn't like itself, which can be very, almost fatal in a sense. And also to that, if someone decides to do poor decisions, like, say, smoking, they'll end up with a terrible addiction in the future. So the reason why that I did this project was because I started sports in my freshman year. I think of it as not as much, but really, it's actually kind of big, because then I didn't talk to as many people as I do now. Then I prefer to be alone than, and now if I'm not doing anything with anyone, I just lose them. And I would think of myself as just kind of useless compared to all the other guys in middle school. It's sad to say, but that's what I thought myself as. And that's summed up me in middle school too, except more short-tempered. And me in middle school, I was just not as fit and just kind of harassed frequently. To add to that last part, over 20% of students in the U.S. grades 9 through 12 have experienced or felt as if they were being bullied. And to add a little bit more to another aspect of that part, but only 20 to 30% of the students actually report being bullied. So really the results of statistics of being bullied are never as accurate as they seem. So, I didn't start sports until I was a freshman and I heard about rowing. How hard? And I asked my friends who were doing it at the time, what is it, how hard is it, and what do you do? Though I didn't start anything my 8th grade year, I decided to do Nordic skiing. What was great about that was how challenging it was on your endurance, strength, and just the competition of it. It was all very fun to do. But something wasn't right, so I decided that something wasn't right for me to continue skiing. So I heard about rowing again after skiing was over, and I thought that would be a great new sport to start up in the spring. Oh my God, I have never felt so welcome to do any kind of sport than rowing. And all of these pictures that I'm going to be showing you here are from my summer winter row camp, just from my iPhone. So what sports can really teach you, from what I've researched from my interview with my character coach at Concord, was that the important lessons were time management, respect, and responsibility. Time management being when you should do homework, being social, and practices your games. Respect being just being nice to everyone is a no-brainer, just be nice. And responsibility. What kind of decisions you should be making, how to be responsible with any sort of sport equipment, like for instance a $30,000-$40,000 racing boat, and being accountable for your own actions. So really, this year I feel like will be great because I just feel like I've been in the most in shape in the longest time, and I feel like I already have my future in college already set. The only thing was I just wish I was happy as I was before. Then in middle school I was never happy at all, only because I was just harassed frequently. I always had the same kind of day with every single class being the same, and also the very dysfunctional structured studies I had to go to whenever I was told to. So really what I'm just trying to say is just be nice to everyone. Talking behind people's backs just creates all sorts of paranoia and stress, and really just be nice to each other. And also if someone ever does something wrong during like a practice or game, for instance, just don't put them in a position where it just creates such a terrible decision where they won't participate as a team. Use constructive criticism so that they learn and everyone just goes away happy. I hope you can understand why I say sports can save people. Thank you.
Questions for Drew, and you can answer them down here if you want. Drew, you want to talk a little bit about, and this is totally set just because I'm asking you a question, for your project, what did you do?
What I did for my project was I taught kids how to row. So as you can see here, these are my new summer novices and now fall novices. So that was like one of the 4 preps. That's called a forward, in case anyone's really wondering. Where it's just like a style of rowing called speed rowing, where you just have this one very long and certainly used while rowing. And that was the same picture too, just on a different aspect for me in the coach's launch. And that was the first day of the second session, where they're just like getting the feel of what this is.
Did you see any kids get as excited about
Oh,
rowing as you were?
The person in the very front there, towards the right, he actually goes to bow, and I've never seen him more happier, really,
Neat.
when he started rowing.
Nice job.